Happy Monday! Unfortunately, we cannot start this Beyond Meat Mondays on positive news. McDonald's is ending the partnership with Beyond Meat. If this leads to a Beyond Meat crash or it's totally normal, all about it and much more here in this Beyond Meat episode. Alright, let's give you a totally blueprint of this episode. First of all, we will talk about the stock. We will go on the performance of the last week and see how the next topic, the McDonald's topic, is actually impacting the stock and what we maybe can assume for the next weeks until our next episode of Beyond Meat. Then we will talk about an analyst that is showing us why the fast food business actually needs products by Beyond Meat or Impossible Foods. The vegan products are coming to each fast food restaurant. And then finally, we will talk about the Ethan Brown interview that I could find. It's a very, very small interview on a very small channel, but I thought every single piece of information is important, and therefore let's have a look what he says, and therefore let's dive into it. So the Beyond Meat stock, ticker symbol BYND, actually had just one direction to go to, and this is down. Have a look. If we are started at around 163 beginning of the week, we actually ended at 13% lower. Most of it was pretty much due to overall market, guys. If a stock like this rose so much, it's pretty much volatile for any big influence by the overall markets. And as we have second wave concerns, this is actually a win-win situation, because as you know, the Beyond Meat stock overall turn up was also because of the current health crisis, because so many meat facilities or meat producing facilities were closed because there were cases of the health crisis. And this is a big reason to buy and switch to artificial meat that have always the best quality, has less and less probability to get infected. And you know, this is obviously a huge gain. And if the stock market goes down because of the second wave concern, then maybe you should load up more Beyond Meat. Now let's have a look. Then on the 25th, we had a great drop of about 10 or 7, 8ish, 9%. As you can see, we got heavily down because of the McDonald's news, which we will talk in the second section of this vlog. But as you can see, since then we gained a little bit. You know, there are the bulls of Beyond Meat. From the lowest point we gained 6%, and then overall then we lost about 3% towards the end of the week. However, I think that the overall situation and the growth story is still intact. Nothing fundamentally changed. And let's talk about the McDonald's test that is currently not there anymore. I'm not gonna lie, the partnership with McDonald's in Canada was very important for Beyond Meat, because for once they won against their Impossible Foods competitor in delivering and getting this partnership. But secondly, it was the very big chain of McDonald's in Canada, one of the biggest markets for McDonald's and Beyond Meat, to become a household name. However, we know from a tweet in the McDonald's family that it seems that they stopped as of 6th of April. Many customers are not that happy. However, it seems that they didn't saw the value, or maybe they wanted to test it now without, right? They see both datas, or the health pricing is doing something with it. However, it's not that they were not happy with the product. This is something that Ethan Brown was stating also. It's more about a strategic by McDonald's. However, it's never great, especially after the sentence that stick to my mind. I listened to the Beyond Meat earnings call and they said that never a partnership or a test went not into a customer and supplier relation afterwards. Until now, it's the first one, it's the big one. So nevertheless, we know that Beyond Meat has super interesting partnerships, like the big partnership with Pizza Hut and KFC in China, or Starbucks in China. However, you know, this is obviously not so good news, which will not be the end of Beyond Meat stock and will not crash the stock, okay? So, however, we have seen that this can easily impact the stock, especially after such a run. More than 80% gain just in this year for Beyond Meat stock, and this is obviously a huge gain. And now if you have a couple of profit taking, especially after such a negative news, that's normal, that's not a crash. However, if it would be a crash, then I would be very happy, because I would love to load up some more Beyond stock to my current position that is more and more of a startup position, where I think it's quite nice. But overall, I would love to have more. I didn't bought when it was at 50, my bad, you know. However, we will see more about Beyond Meat in the next couple of months, which partnerships they can lock in, and I'm super excited about that. Remember guys, this company is not even $10 billion market cap. We are still in the very beginning with super amazing growth. So, you know, partnership comes, partnerships goes, and step by step we are building the better future for sustainable product. And this is actually also what we will discuss in the fourth topic of this vlog, how Ethan Brown sees the future in plant-based protein food. In the Baron magazine, there is a BTIG analyst that actually looked into Beyond Meat and the meat alternative. He believes that the future is very bright and tasty, because actually he believes that many fast food companies will add with time the meat alternative to their menu, because on the one side they have seen, like for example Shake Shack, that meat got significantly more expensive due to the health crisis, and on the other side, people want to do also something for their health. They want to eat sustainable. They want to be more of a green and healthy product if they are going into fast food. If you're going to fast food, then you are compromising your health, because you want to have a cheap product, you want to have a fast food, and you have something, you know, an experience when you go into the McDonald's, you know, it tastes always the same, it's great, you know what you get for, and you get so much value. But is it really now the world where we just, you know, don't care about our health, or it's even more because of the current health crisis? Now, some of the plant-based meat sellers, like online sellers, saw a 100% increase in the March weeks of sales of meat alternatives. And even after the initial spike in the sales, we saw like a 63% increase overall, like year over year, due to the awareness now that people have that these products are existing and you can purchase them, and they even taste great. I have so many members. If you are wondering, you can become a Wolf of Dubai member. Just click the join button below, and then you will get access to things like the Discord, where we talk about stocks like Beyond Meat or other future stocks. It's a great value for supporting this channel. But let's talk about this in a second, because I believe that the analyst opinion is very important and brings us to the point where we will see more and more food chains actually thinking, you know, we want to add this healthiness to our menu. This is something that our people are asking for, and therefore I believe that it's just the beginning for Beyond Meat. And this analyst, which I will link below, is putting it to the point. So in my weekly research on news about either the CEO or generally about Beyond Meat, I found a channel called Elizabeth Alfano, and she has a kind of show podcast where Ethan Brown, the CEO of Beyond Meat, just appeared, and he said a couple of things that I really think I should share here. So first of all, I really like that he's in such a small influencer space of Elizabeth Alfano. I don't know her, maybe she's a big podcast, but on YouTube, however, she's very, very small. And actually, you know, this video's just got like under 100 views. However, it's such beauty if really Beyond Meat CEO nevertheless came on her show. This showing you that, you know, he's not about that fame or whatsoever. You know, he's just about spreading the message of Beyond Meat, which is fantastic. But let's talk about the content that he explained. So first of all, he went into, you know, eat like an athlete. So you maybe saw the documentary film Game Changers on Netflix. This is the cover, and you should have a look into this. This is ridiculous. How vegan food really changed how your body is stronger, better, and faster, and you build more muscle, you lose weight. And this is something beautiful about vegan food, that it seems that it has this power to change lives. Now, he's talking about that, but he's also talking about the sustainability. Now, it's also about, you know, saving water, having less and less CO2, having no emissions, basically eating this green food. I believe that this is a great story because you have now no emissions or zero emission cars or transportation methods or energy. But what about food? That what we eat and single day basis should be emission free as well, or not, right? I believe that there should be some options, and Beyond Meat is doing exactly that. So I love that. I love the small interviews because sometimes they say something that you cannot find in the big one where they say always the same, you know. But try to consume, if you're an investor in a stock, to consume every single small content that could be the information that you will have as an arbitrage against any other investors out there, and buy undervalued stocks. And I will teach here more about this on this channel, so stay tuned, subscribe, and join the membership if this is something for you.